Hey, what's up guys, David here from Dignited. In this video I'm setting up the TP-Link EAP110 access point to extend the Wi-Fi coverage around my house. Alright, let's dive right into it. Alright, let's start with a quick look at what's inside the box. Now, inside the box, you get the quick installation guide, the access point itself, two antennas that screw onto the unit, a wall mount kit for fixing it to a flat surface, and these cable clips in case you rather strap it around the pole instead of drilling it into a wall. You also get a PoE injector, that is power over Ethernet, which means a single Ethernet cable handles both data and power to the access point. A really clean setup. Nice to see that TP-Link includes everything in the box. Alright, so here is my situation. My router sits on the lower ground floor and the living room where I do most of the streaming is on the upper floor. So I needed to run a cable roughly 10 meters from the router up to where the access point would go, right next to the TV. Good Wi-Fi here means smooth Netflix, smooth YouTube, and no buffering. So I clipped my Cat6 cable using a crimping tool. I tested it with a cable tester to make sure both ends were good. Pop in, burn it like this, ain't checking my ring. And then I ran a black Cat6 cable from the lower floor to the installed spot. Pop in, burn it like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex, we look at the... Out of all the mounting accessories, I only needed two things: the wall mount plug and a cable tie. I clamped the bracket onto the back of the access point, then strapped it around one of the metal poles on the side of the house using a cable tie, and that was it. Whether you're tying it to a pole like I did or drilling it into a wall, TP-Link has you covered with the bundled accessories. Pop in, burn it like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like... Next, the PoE injector. I have two parts here, a PoE port and a LAN port. Now the PoE port runs out to the access point, that's the cable carrying both power and data, and then the LAN port connects back to the router or a switch. In my case, the LAN side plugs into my D-Link router, that is the red router, which in turn connects to my ISP router. Then I plug the injector into the wall and the access point powers on. Pop in, burn it like this, ain't checking my wrist. Alright, now on to configuring it. I joined the default Wi-Fi network broadcast by the access point, opened the web browser, and then went to TP-Link EAP.net. That launches the quick setup wizard. First step, set a username and password. These are the admin credentials that you use to log in into the access point later. So pick something that you will remember. Next, choose the operation mode. I went with access point mode, which is the simplest option for what I'm doing. I'm just extending the existing network. Then I set the SSID, that is the Wi-Fi name, and a password. I named it TP-Link EAP. Alright, now because the Wi-Fi name just changed, I had to disconnect from the old one and reconnect to the new SSID using the password I just set. Quick internet test. I opened dignited.com on the browser. The page loaded fine and then confirmed everything was working end to end. From here, you can dive into the web interface for more advanced settings, but for a basic setup, that's it, you're online. So overall, this access point is versatile, powerful, and affordable, and I really like it. Yes, it's marketed as an outdoor unit, but I'm using it indoors for now since that's the setup I have. Over the next few weeks, I'll be testing the range, performance around the house, and I'll report back on how it holds up. Alright, so that's it for now. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more setups like this. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next one.